Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working on getting this fleet, I believe, reinforced. But we are not actually having enough alloys at this moment. We need 132. That's an awkward number of alloys. I'm actually just going to buy a couple because I want to get this going. So there we go. We know we need how many frigates, or rather how many battleships in total? Well, 9 more beyond what we have queued up here. So that's kind of a lot, I'm not gonna lie. We are over our cap on star bases, and we might want to consider getting rid of one like this one. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That'll be fine. That is going to drop our naval capacity, but our naval capacity should be coming back up eventually anyway. So that all seems fine for now, and we've got these worlds that are heavily underway here. I want to check through our other worlds and just see if we have any notifications. We don't, as of right now. Okay, so let's tick on forward, and I would like to go... I like how I said, let's tick on forward, and then immediately pause the game. Absolutely wonderful. I would like to go on the offensive out over this direction. There are problems with this, though, and that problem is that we really only have the one combat effective fleet right now. That's a pretty significant issue. We do have the dimensional fleet. It's not super strong, but it's fine. It's okay. But the problem here is if we push up here, that opens up an attack this way. If we push here, same problem. If we push here, same problem. There's 3 connections here. We need to get the number of connections down. And I'm looking at, like, the way that this is structured up here. That's actually a really interesting structure because there's only one entrance and only one exit of this structure, right? So you can come in here and you can go out here or vice versa. And that's it. We also see that the Mullernach Transstellar has been taking over positions over this way. So that's definitely interesting. Now, we are going to finish up our invasion of Crimdor very soon here. And once that does finish, these guys can start heading over towards Kornagi. And that's going to be fantastic to get that under our control. So if we check in here, 3616, that's going to take a while to bombard. So I want to go on the offensive out over here. We're just not in a position to do it yet, in my opinion. So that's understood. I want to get this fleet ideally fully reinforced for a moment anyway. And okay, we got some additional debris analyzed. That's fine. On the next month tick, we will be getting enough to get another battleship queued up here, but it is roughly 1 battleship per month. It's slightly over 1 battleship, but it's going to take time. So that's underway, and that is fine. Now, we do have this army up here, which is reasonably strong at 9k. And there are more army units on the way in, but I think that's fine. I'm going to assign this commander, and I'm going to have them start heading out towards Kornagi. They'll be there in 109 days, so that's not too bad. We do see these guys attacking up over at Scott. To that end, I'm going to move to here. Yeah, we're abandoning this area a little bit. That's understood. We're going to need to make our way up over there and fight them eventually, or at least take Scott back. So onward we go, and that is fine. Okay, so we're going to have another month tick here fairly shortly. That, of course, means that we're going to put in another battleship over here, which will get underway now. And apparently we have rising unemployment. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We just finished up a bunch of star bases. Oh, these are orbital ring stuff. Okay, that's fine. We're not too concerned about that. We will get orbital rings built more thoroughly a little bit later on. But for now, this is okay. So that's all looking fine. We are going to finish up here in Crimdor soon. Very soon, actually. This is going very, very well over here. So we're mostly hitting their back line at this point. We're basically not hitting their front line at all. I wish we were, because the front line is what's actually damaging us, but here we are. We took out one of the armies there anyway. But these warplings are so strong. It's just absurd how strong these warplings actually are. We just maxed out on something. Volatile motes, surprisingly. Okay, I'll sell off a bunch of those. We're tanking the price, absolutely. But I'm going to bring us down to like 20k of them. That'll be fine. How many of those are we making per month? 200. Wow. Okay. So that's noted. We can put some of that into alloys, which I certainly want to do. And that is, of course, going to go into the tactical response fleet. So we'll get that going. And if we check in here, we can see we've got probably all of our frigates done here. And in terms of battleships, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 12. So we're getting really close, actually, to getting this fleet maxed out. It's not there yet. It's going to take some time, but we're making good progress. Oh, they destroyed the starbase up here. It's going to get rebuilt because of this world, though. So we're going to need to go up there, and that's understood. We do have some reinforcements still streaming in over on this side, and that's understood. I think we shouldn't need any reinforcements in either of these, and yeah, that appears to be correct. So that looks good. And we have another 1.3k alloys, but as you can see here, we just need a few additional alloys to get that battleship going. Now, they are attacking out over here in Kildatha, which I am not at all surprised by. They have not rebuilt this. I wonder if it's because of this guy. Let's make our way back to Kildatha. So we're going to head back over here. Gossok has finished, and I want to pull this construction ship out of here. So we're going to move that out towards... I'm going to go grab our astral threads out over here. That'll be fine. Over here in Gurtab, which I had mentioned previously needed to be renamed. I still think it needs to be renamed. Much better. There we go. And we are then going to build our mining stations and our research stations and build a starbase. Excellent. Now this guy, we can't actually get the 0, which is slightly remarkable. We're going to head out to Gauzor. This is going to be done surveying eventually, and that'll be fine. Okay, so these guys are headed up to Kornagi. That's a pretty safe place for them to go, in all honesty. So we're just going to have them come land on Finton. That'll be fine. We should be done in Crimdor very shortly here. Okay, we finished up their front line anyway. There's a lot of backline still here, but we are burning through that backline very rapidly. So that's looking good. Fleet combat stats out over here. No surprises there. And we're going to be heading back in about 60 days. We're at the relay. That should be relatively fine. No. You're supposed to be going here. There you go. So yeah, now we're going to have to go via Gossok, which means we're going to have to group up over here. So that's fine. We'll head on in there. Kornagi will fall shortly. And actually, I'm going to send the Dimensional Fleet here to go grab Chavash as long as they're here. So what they need to do is they need to position here.
Another planet to
there we go. So we have now taken over in Crimdor, and that's on Nagrim. We need to evaluate the status here. So this is a mess. Why is this a mining world? Who knows? We've got a planetary defense. We've got a research enclave. I'm going to change that research enclave to be a planetary defense, and I'm going to make this be a defense world. So we'll put in the Hyper Entertainment Forum is fine to repair. We've got 2 fortresses here. I wouldn't mind a planetary generator necessarily. We'll probably put one in out here, though. Not that it really matters. And that'll be fine. Well, actually, do we really want that, though? No, I don't. So we do need to put in a clone vat here and a medical center. So that's an astral siphon and a storm attraction center. Okay, so we need to replace this with a medical center. We've already got a hyper entertainment forum, so that's fine. Let's get rid of this storm attraction center. And to be honest, that's just going to become a stronghold. And then here, we could theoretically build a planetary shield generator. We could build an automation building, which would be very interesting. I'm looking at the number of pops here. Okay. I'm just going to put in a stronghold here. That'll be fine. And this is going to end up being a stronghold as well, for the time being anyway. We'll get our basic districts. In here, we can't build the agriculture district because we have tile blockers here. So we're going to clear those tile blockers out as well, and that'll be fine. Clearing one of those tile blockers is actually the top priority. So we'll get going on that.
Liberating enemy planet.
Okay, so now we need these guys to start coming up over this direction to land on, like, Diona's diamond. So what do they have here? 4189. That's pretty doable. So that seems fine. And, of course, I don't want both of these going to Kornagi. No, I just want the expedition, or not the expeditionary fleet, just the dimensional fleet to do that. Okay, we do have some alloys. Let's go ahead and put that into our tactical response fleet. There we go. That's all looking great at this moment. The tactical response fleet should be very close to being fully replenished. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more battleship, and then all we need is our cruisers. Perfect. What else are we going for here? Well, we do have the science ship, and we can research the debris here. I want this science ship to be working entirely on special projects. So we're just going to... We have a lot of debris that we need to research, and that's what we're going to be doing. This construction ship, currently idle, but we're waiting on this science ship to finish up this survey. And after it's done here, we want it to come up over here and survey Grekel, and we'll head on up over there shortly. Cool. So that looks fine. We do need to go take Kildatha back, of course, and we're just positioning for that.
Our fleet is prepared to bring the heat.
Okay, so that was a forward defense fleet that finally got upgraded. So that was a lot, no doubt about it. It needs a lot of fleet reinforcement as well. The good news is a large percentage of its big ships are actually completed. So that shouldn't be too bad in theory. We do need to continue to reinforce this, of course, and that should mean we're now in cruisers. Yes, that is 1/12 of the cruisers that we need. Okay, so that is all underway. Oh, we got additional... We're getting a lot of alloys, it feels like. Okay, we're definitely going to reinforce that. We're full on minerals, so let's sell off a bunch of those. And I don't feel like we buy alloys at this point, to be honest. We'll be arriving over here shortly. Kildatha will be relatively free for us to attack. Ah, what's going on up here? This is actually very good for us. This means that the Mullernach Transstellar will no longer have this area occupied at all. So that's really, really solid. And they're damaging some of these fleets. They're going to lose, but honestly, we want them to lose here. That's very good. Get out of here, Mullernach Transstellar. Nobody likes you being there. Not when it's not under our control, anyway. So we're going to go into Kildatha here with our fleet here, and we are ready to jump over here. All we need is to get this FTL inhibitor on Finton gone. So that's underway. They've got a lot of reserves here yet, so we're making our way through that. Now, where is our other... Here it is. Okay. No, that's not them. Where's our other army at? Hang on. So, I'm looking for... Okay, they're up in Trabano. They went that route. No wonder I couldn't find them. Okay, so they're going to be coming through Beliza's Stargate and heading up to Scott. Okay, that sounds good. Now, we don't know if these forces are intending to go into Scott or not. We'll keep an eye on that. But for the moment, I want these guys to just be hanging out right here. That'll be absolutely fine. We'll need to push up through that, but Kornagi will be under our control fairly soon. And I do want to go to our planets here. So Nagrim, 110 yet. Okay, that is absolutely noted. So that's going to take quite a while. We do need to continue to pour resources here. And if we check in here, we can now see we've got a good number of cruisers going in here. This will be fully reinforced very soon. We can see the total number of ships that we need to reinforce, or the total number of alloys, is 142,000. So it's a lot, no doubt about that. Oh, these guys just moved up into Galpan. Interesting. I don't like that, because they're just going to reclaim this. Unless, aha, the Terrassian Sacred League comes in and stops them, which it looks like they're doing. Good. We want to see that happen.
Scrap inspected.
So that's all looking fantastic, and at this point, of course, we're just kind of waiting. We need Finton's invasion to finish up. And we're also waiting on these guys to arrive up in Scott. So they'll be arriving here very soon. I'm ordering them to go ahead and go through and do the landing, but I don't know if these fleets are going to come down this way or not. They've not shown any particular inclination to doing that, and they're currently tied down by this Molarnock fleet. So that looks fine? Out of curiosity, oh, they're only 4 reasons away from a status quo piece. That's very interesting, because... really, there's a Terrassian fleet there. I'm going to send these guys down over here. It's going to take them a while to get there, but we're just going to head down over here and grab this. Noted. A status quo piece would not be a bad thing for us. We would be victorious in a status quo piece right now. Now, these guys look like they might be coming down to kill Dotha, and that would be a bit of a problem if they did, no doubt about it. We are working through the last little bits here. So that's looking okay. Scum and villainy on Nagrim to no one's surprise. So that's noted. We do have a Molarnock fleet reinforcing in Kildatha. We'll keep an eye on that. But these guys, they need to get landed on Diona's Diamond.
Lighting up hostile fleet.
Where? Where are you lighting up hostile fleet? Looks like they moved in here, and the Molarnock Transstellar have attacked over here, which I think they might flip that to us, or they might not. It's hard to say. We'll find out. But for now, we're keeping an eye on this area out over here. But what we really want is that. So now these guys can move into Chavash, and these are freed up to go elsewhere. But where is elsewhere? Well, as of right now, there kind of isn't anywhere I want them to go. We'll just have them enter orbit of the Hyper Relay for the moment, and we need to take a quick peek at Finton here. So this is a bit of a mess. I'm going to swap it over to an alloy world. So we're going to replace this with... I keep hitting the replace button because I say replace. We're going to replace that with a heavy industry, and we're going to replace, again, this. There we go, with a heavy industry. Perfect. I'm going to replace this guy here with a medical center. This will be a cloning vat. And this planetary shield generator can be replaced with... we could go biofurnaces here if we wanted to go hard farming. But I don't think that's a good idea. For right now, I'm going to go for an alloy reclamation plant. We don't want this storm attraction center. That is going to end up being instead a metallurgical research lab. And then we've got this research institute here, which is going to end up being like a... we do already have an ancient refinery. I was going to say it's going to be an ancient refinery, but that's not going to be a thing. We don't have a Ministry of Production here, do we? We do. It's just damaged right now. So in that case, I think the only other thing to build here is an alloy foundry. So we can do that, and we can put in one of each of these about like that, and that'll be fine. This world will take a while to get flipped over, of course, but that's okay. So, the Molarnock Transstellar is attacking down here. That's kind of a good thing for us, because that means that they should flip this to us. I think. I'm still concerned about this fleet here. Yeah, they did flip that to us. So that's good. I'm still very, very concerned about what the Terrassians have here. That's a significant problem. Out over this direction, we see that our fleets are making their way in, and that's okay. I do want to hop over here and get our alloys pumping into this fleet. There we go. This should be very close to being completed now. Very, very close. So that looks good. And we've successfully invaded Finton. Yeah, we're aware of that. What do we fill up here? Astral threads. Okay, so we're just going to want to spend those astral threads for now on warplings. Consider it done. Okay, so that seems good. Now, Chavash needs to come under our control, which we're slowly working on. We managed to get this done. And we do see a Molarnock fleet coming in as well, but this should be fine. So we can see they are indeed attacking us down over here with that large fleet. And I am not surprised about this at all. So that's going to take a lot of damage. This fleet, though, it's close to being able to strike out and make its way back over here. But this is going to be very painful. No doubt about it. But they don't have shielding. We're still going to lose this, but hopefully we can do a decent amount, like a disproportionate amount of damage. That would be absolutely wonderful. Why have you guys not invaded? Go ahead and invade.
Firing at enemy station.
Okay, so they should be invading shortly, and we'll have this taken out very soon. Now, I'm going to start these guys moving to Gossok. It's going to take them a while to get there, and they might not be able to actually do anything there. That's fine. We're going to continue to engage here. This is a lost battle, but doesn't matter. We're doing damage to them, and that's what's truly important here. Now, we could retreat here in 13 days, and we probably should retreat as soon as possible. Just to reduce our losses, right? So we've got about 10 days. This is ticking so slowly. 9 days. 8 days. 7 days. Okay, we might not be able to get to emergency FTL jump. But we did do some damage to them, so that's nice. But we're definitely taking hits here. No doubt about that. 2 days to jump, 1 day to jump, and... okay, we retreated as soon as possible. There is a Molarnock fleet here. That's going to lose as well. No surprises there. So that's absolutely fine. Now, this fleet up over here, these guys are going to be reinforced very soon. So we'll go ahead and get that going. That's now flagged as being at full strength. So if we look in here at how long it's going to be until all of this is built, it's going to take a little while, but we can start moving this fleet down to Belize, which we will do. This is now fully built, and additional reinforcements can start being put, for now, probably into this fleet is the one that I'm going to do. Now, these guys are headed down. I'm going to move them back up. It looks like the Molarnock got this taken care of for us, so no problem over there. Sounds good. So we're going to be arriving in Belize here. We'll abandon Gossok if we have to, but we would prefer not to, obviously. But we'll just move in to Belize with multiple forces here. And of course, this force is still heavily under construction and reinforcing it. So this is going to go up a lot, but we did definitely do some damage to them. And that is good. Now, we are at 25 out of 24. This station should not exist. We can't downgrade it, apparently. Probably it hasn't started regenerating yet. Yeah, now we can downgrade it. There we go. So at 24 out of 24, that looks much better. Okay, so we're in the relay network, and we'll be arriving in Belize relatively soon here. That all looks good. We do have another set of alloys, so let's go ahead and reinforce up over here. There we go. And when is this fleet going to come back? Well, not too long, actually. Just a little over 2 weeks. Excellent. So presumably they're coming to Riag, which is exactly where I'd want them to go, or they could be going to any of these star bases over here, I suppose. So this invasion on Diona's Diamond should be going very well, and indeed it is. Excellent. And that should get us the Scott system, which means that hopefully by the time these guys make their way up and take Galpan or move into Tilda, hopefully we would get that. That would be ideal. We'll see if it happens. So down over this direction, I'm just checking in on how this is doing. It still needs more time. Understood. And we do see that they have a fleet in Grekel at this moment. Understood. We'll see what they want to do with it. I'm hoping that they just kind of leave, but I don't think they will. They're probably looking to attack the Athenibians again, is my guess. They might try to take out Dim, but what do we suppose the odds on that are? I'd prefer that they didn't, obviously, but we'll see. So our forces are arriving up over here. As you can see, our military power on our tactical response fleet is going up by quite a lot. If we come in to the fleet view here, you can see we're just about 100 days away from having all of the ships for this fleet built, and that looks great. If we come up over here now, we can put more reinforcements into this fleet. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to continue with this war of attrition against the Terrassians, but our monthly alloy gains are going up a lot. Also, this isn't building. I don't think we need to do anything about it, actually. It seems fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Thylo K, Thosmos VR, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Spock, Moonfall, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.